Hi everyone, we will now be covering troubleshooting and support, and the first section will be on common troubleshooting tips. An easy way to send feedback and to report any strange behavior or issues in Chrome is by pressing Alt, Shift, and I in combination. This allows Google to collect logs regarding any software issues that is encountered, and the information is sent directly to our product team who can then take action on it. So on the topic of Chrome URLs, as you can see here on this slide, if you go to the address bar and type in Chrome colon forward slash about or Chrome colon forward slash Chrome hyphen URLs, you are able to list all of the Chrome URLs available to you. And as you can see, there are multiple ones listed. So I highly recommend that you take a look at them when you get the chance to. Some of the Chrome URLs which are available. Among them are device log, devices, extensions, flags, net internals, policy, system, and version. So these URLs gives you access to the backend of Chrome and allows you to see what's going on under the hood. So the first URL that I wanted to bring up is one that is quite useful. It's the policy URL. And as the name suggests, it allows you to see which policies are being applied to a device, both on a user as well as on a device level. The extensions URL allows you to see which extensions that are currently running on your device. And if allowed by policy, it also enables you to enable or disable extensions at will. The certificate manager URL, as the name suggests, allows you to manage the certificates which are installed on your device. So it allows you to view, delete, as well as import certificates. The system URL allows you to see all the functionalities and modules that are currently running on your device. So it's a very powerful tool to really get an insight on what's going on the Chrome backend. So as you can see, the version URL provides you plenty of information when it comes to seeing which version of a certain software that is running on your Chrome device. So if you would be opening a support ticket with the Chrome support team, then one of the first things that I would ask you for is the information provided by this page. So adding on to what was on the previous slide, and the file var log provides you with plenty of useful data when it comes to, for example, opening a ticket with our support team. As you can see, what's listed here is actually all of the logs that has been saved from the device. So if you would be in contact with support, then you could very easily share log information by providing them with the data found on this page. So on troubleshooting network issues, there's a few tools available to you using Chrome OS. So one of these is the Chrome colon forward slash network URL, which allows you to get an overview of the network that you're connected to and get information around that. You're also able to export logs, so network logs. If you have, for example, a specific web page that's not working correctly, then you have a few options to do network debugging and export that data on this page. An additional way to capture network logs is to visit the net-export URL. Doing this, you can start logging to disk by pressing that button, and then Chrome OS will start collecting network information. You can also choose if you want to strip private information or if you want to include cookies and credentials or include raw bytes, as well as set the maximum log size. The result is a JSON log file, which you can then use for further troubleshooting. One option that you can use in order to examine the logs that you created using the previous tools is the one showed on this URL right here. And yeah, it allows you to get an insight into those logs that you generated. And as it says here on this page, you can view more details on this by accessing the URL. For analyzing logs, we also offer the following tool, which allows you to upload any logs which you have produced and then analyze them directly inside of the application. So generating a HAR file, so a HTTP archive file, is actually an additional way of doing network capture. So as listed in these slides, if you just follow these steps, so go to the page where the issue is occurring, and then access developer tools, selecting the network tab, and then making sure that the record button is red. If you then reproduce the issue while the requests are being recorded, you can right click anywhere on the grid of network requests and then save that as a hard file with content. And then you can use that file by giving it to the help desk so they can help sort out the issue that you're experiencing. Chrome OS release and updates. So Chrome OS has a couple of different channels. So there's this stable channel, which is the official version, and that updates every 6 weeks and comes with new policy, new functionality, and things like that. In addition to that, we also have the beta channel, which, as the name suggests, is a beta and allows you to get a sneak peek of any upcoming version updates. And that comes out every few days. And in addition to that, we also have the dev channel, which is well, as the name suggests, a developer channel with experimental features which are updated daily. And we do ask any users of Chrome to be careful with how they're using the dev channel. Since it's experimental, there's a risk that it might not interplay well with certain applications. So please take that into consideration if you're on the dev channel. We recommend that users allow 5% of their Chrome fleet to be on the beta. This is in order to be able to notice any bugs or any problems that might show up before the release of the stable channel. And by using 5% of the users to be on that beta, if we can pick it up early, then we will be able to avoid any problems down the line. And in addition to that, we also recommend that these 5% of users are not only in the IT team. So if people who are very confident with IT encounter issues, they might as well just work around it, which might not necessarily be something that regular users will be able to. And if that were to happen, we wouldn't be able to pick up on the problem in due time. So we recommend that you spread the users that are on the beta out. And the core user should always be on the stable version of Chrome OS. So checking for updates. So why would you want to check for an update? Well, an update can improve performance as well as introduce new cool features for Chrome OS. So if you're like me and always want to run the latest software, you can go into settings and then click about Chrome OS and then click check for and apply updates. And then that will allow you to automatically pull and install the latest update of Chrome OS on your device. So the Chrome recovery utility can be used in order to create a USB stick, which you can then use to restore a Chrome OS device. So it's available as an app on the web store. And the OS version that comes with the recovery utility is usually quite old, but it's not really a big issue since Chrome OS updates auto updates anyway. Using this tool is not the recommended initial troubleshooting step, but can be used in the case where you need to do a complete reset of a device. So once you've created a recovery media for your Chromebook using the Chrome recovery utility, then you are able to perform a device reset. And this is a complete factory reset using the USB, and it allows for a reinstall of the OS by the user using the OS version that you've created using the recovery utility. Um, Make note that the image must match the firmware. In order to perform the USB recovery, you trigger the recovery mode by pressing escape, refresh, and power at the same time. And then you are presented with the screen as shown on this slide. So the Chrome releases blog is a source of truth when it comes to new releases, including software updates for Chrome and Chrome OS stable channel, beta, as well as the dev channel. It is externally shareable with customers and partners, and the timing of the blog post is not necessarily 100% match with the release of the actual software. But yeah, as I said, it is a source of truth when it comes to new releases of Chrome. Contacting support. So the Google Enterprise Support consists of a tech team who is available 24 hours per day, 7 days per week, worldwide, and is also backed by a team of escalations engineers who are also available 24/7. Customers and partners are able to escalate a case at any time, and of course, partners are also able to raise tickets for their customers if needed on their behalf. Support is also able to bring in experts who understand the customer environment as needed, so that we are always sure that we have the right team set on resolving any issues that might come up. Additional language support details can be found on the link on this page. So this is the flow that initiate once a ticket is raised from the end user or from the partner on the customer's behalf. So as you can see here, the end user in this case identifies an issue, which then in turn goes to the customer's help desk or to the partner, where the initial triage is performed and where they try to isolate patterns. And once this has been done, they are able to escalate the ticket directly to Google. And at Google, the tier one support will check for known issues and also check the knowledge database, perform basic troubleshooting, and try to reproduce the issue if possible, and also file a bug. Alternately, if the situation or the issue cannot be resolved using these steps, then the ticket is routed to tier two, where the tier two will perform and validate troubleshooting, analyze the impact of the issue, look at internal bug repositories, update the knowledge database, and escalate the bug. Or if this does not solve the issue, then page tier three. And a tier three will find and escalate to internal stakeholders and also work with the engineering team in order to find a fix for the issue. They will also work with the release team to prioritize the timeline for the issue and when it can be expected to be resolved. Work with the test team to get an estimate of the quality, and while doing this, also share all updates with affected customers. And as mentioned, Tier 3 will work with the product and engineering team, which will be able to do a rollback change if it's a recent regression. And they will also see to understand the risk if the fix required is big, and also trigger the internal post-mortem if the impact was huge, and recommend adding new test cases to automatically catch incident in the future. Requesting support. So, in order to get support by phone, you need to provide your enterprise support PIN. And this PIN can be found in the Google Admin Console support page. The email and phone support is available 24/7. So, as I mentioned, when you need to contact the phone support, you need to provide the support PIN. And to generate this pin, you go to the Google Admin Console, and then at the top right, you will find a question mark. Click that, and in the help window, then click Contact Support, and then click Phone Get Pin. And once you've done this, a new pin is generated, and this pin is valid for 60 minutes. After those 60 minutes has expired, you're able to generate a new one if needed. Once you start your admin console, or once you create it, then the super admin is the person who will have access to the support page and who will be able to contact support. But the super admin can also delegate this functionality, or this option to other users in the organization as needed. When it comes to filing and managing support cases, Chrome Enterprise uses a tier admin structure in order to widen internal support of Chrome. So the super admin, so the first person to set up the admin console, will have the access to be able to create support cases and delegate them from the beginning. And then the super admin also has the option to add additional admins as time goes on, if other users of the organization also need this privilege. More on filing and managing support cases. So the users pane shows you the users in your organization that can interact with support. If your role is a manager for a product, you can change other people's roles in that product. So it might be beneficial to not let every user in the organization to be able to create and follow up on support tickets. But in those cases where you want a subset of users to be able to do this, you can click on Add New User or New User, and then enter that user's email address and select a profile for that user. If that user then has a valid Google account and their address is in the organization's domain, you're able to delegate the rights to create support tickets for that user as needed. On to resources and documentation. So there's extensive resources available when it comes to Chrome Enterprise. And here are a few examples. So, for example, we have the builds resource, as well as the policies resource, where all of the Chrome Enterprise policies are listed with details on what they do and how they work. We also have the release notes, which follows every major release of Chrome OS. We're able to see what has been added or removed or changed. In addition to this, we also have the Chrome Enterprise Help Center, which contains any answers to the questions that you might have when it comes to Chrome Enterprise. So we do recommend that you take the time to check this out. We also have a great deployment guide, which is for users, admins, or partners who are looking for an overview of the steps and considerations necessary to have a successful enrollment of Chrome OS into an organization. Um, we also have a known issues page, which you can access on this link, where we cover some of the common issues that might come up when it comes to deploying Chrome. This is a good first step to check out this page before filing a ticket with support, since there's a chance that the answer to your question might already be on file. Thirdly, we also have the Chrome Enterprise Trusted Tester program, which is a program which allows customers and partners to get early access to new Chrome features in their own environment and to be able to provide feedback directly to our product teams. So this feedback loop is essential, and it helps us to continue to develop and prioritize new features in Chrome. If you'd like your organization to be included, then you can just complete the form on this link, and then we will follow up with more details. Some additional useful resources is, for example, the Chrome release blog, which you can access on this link, which provides you updates from the Chrome team on new Chrome releases, and that includes the stable, the beta, as well as the dev releases. We also have the Chromebook Help Center, which is your one-stop shop when it comes to troubleshooting and resolving common issues with Chrome. Tips on how to fix hardware and system problems, how to best manage your Chrome apps and extensions. And in addition to that, this page also contains the community page, which is an open forum where you're able to see and create tickets, which are then shared with the rest of the community. We have a common platform when it comes to discussing anything Chrome. So the Chromebook Enterprise Customer Forum is a forum which is targeted primarily to customers and users of Chrome Enterprise. And in this forum, the members have the possibility to discuss and solve problems which is specific to managing Chromebooks and Chrome OS in the enterprise. If you're interested, then you can sign up to be a part of the forum on the link on this page.